oatmeal cookie waffle with mango and blueberries and some white chocolate and strawberry hot chocolate. What is Hypnotic is the first thing in the stack. Let's see what else I put here. Oh, Dune, Part 2, Freelance, Black Christmas, and I'm gonna also review the poetry of Michelangelo. Well, I mean, I'm reading it in translation, right? So I'll talk about that. Because, I mean, when you're reading things in translation, well, you're not reading the poetry, really. You're reading the translation of it. So anyway, I don't know how this oatmeal cookie mix will be for waffle, but that's what James is having. That's what I made it out of. So I just put, well, I don't know, maybe half of this package in a bowl and put some water in so that it was about the right consistency. And then even though I greased the waffle iron, it was tough trying to get it out of there without ripping it apart, because I guess there's enough sweet things in here that stick to the thing that makes it tough. But I managed. It looks pretty good, so that's good. And so I figure probably this like, we had this given to us, so I'm thankful for it. But anyway, I figure it'll probably make 5 or 6 waffles for like the whole thing. But I don't know. We'll see.
So that's a Prexi's choice, a President's Choice product? Mm-hmm.
And this makes several cups of hot chocolate. It's awesome. Cut off a chunk and I all I do is I put it in the pot with the milk and just simmer it. And I cooked it too long this time, and so James might have some skin. That's never
it seems to, unlike usual skin with milk, it actually seems to get absorbed again. See how I'm stirring it back in? It's bizarre. I've never had that happen with milk. We used to have to, in Africa, when we were at school, we had to have milk. We'd go in the morning time, and then mid-morning we'd get, let's say, a guava, and then we had to drink the milk, and they'd have to boil it, and it's freshly boiled, and there'd always be scum on it.
So gross.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
The guavas were great, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're making your own hot chocolate or whatever, you just want it so that the milk just starts to smoke. You just want a little bit of steam. You don't want it boiling, or it's gross. Anyway, Ben Affleck in Hypnotic. This was interesting. I generally don't care for Ben Affleck really in movies. He always plays Ben Affleck. Really,
and that ain't that hot. And but he used to be a handsome guy.
He still is. Bit older now. No, he's still very handsome.
Reasonably so. Exactly right. He seems to be in hot water again. He's in the like when I'm at checkout counter, one of my guilty pleasures is checking out the scandal mags and stuff like that. Right?
Okay.
I just look at the headlines and stuff like that. So he's in hot water about some woman or another. So.
Oh dear.
Jennifer, who was that? He was with someone called Jennifer.
How am I supposed to know?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you mean Aniston?
Yeah, exactly. That was way back, but I don't know.
Well, he's in trouble with her?
No, some other one. He seems to have been that kind of guy who was always running around. Brad Pitt was another one, running around from one room to another.
I know nothing about that. I don't follow those like James reads all the like biographies and autobiographies of these stars and stuff. I don't care.
Some movie stars, I'll read some of the stuff.
Yeah. Don't care at all.
I'm more interested in the ones that were kind of like rock and rolly or whatever. Jack Nicholson, he was an Easy Rider. He wrote it actually, I think. And he actually wrote the script for the Monkeys Only movie.
Oh, interesting.
They were really trying to get away from that teeny bopper image. So one of their big tours, their backup was Jimi Hendrix. Of course, the kids were just doing Jimi Hendrix and stuff.
I think you're fine.
I don't know.
Anyway, okay. So in this story, it's kind of a different story, but it reminded me a lot of one of the best episodes of The X-Files, the Cerulean Blue, if you remember that one. So I think they got the story from that. It's about hypnosis, how certain people have the ability to reshape other people's realities. And it's pretty interesting. So I think anybody would find this movie interesting. I enjoyed watching it.
Some people have a hypnotic effect. I don't know how it works out. You know, Donald Trump I just laugh at, but some people are just like totally, well, fooled, frankly, by it.
Well, Dune Part 2, this one, so long. It was over 2.5 hours long.
Well, they were long novels.
I
don't
know.
think you're going to.
There's a lot of story to
It's not
deal with.
the antibiotics. I took my last antibiotic last night. Didn't make any difference. So it's viral.
Anyway,
And,
so
it's you've already had this particular plague. So yeah.
I don't know. I'm wondering if it's always with a person, and if you get something, your system gets run down somehow,
And
right
it comes
back up. Because
Yep.
it's
That's
always
what
there.
happened with
That's
me.
what I think.
I got a chill
But I
2
don't
days, 2 out of 3 days in a row, and then what had been in my mouth crawled down my throat and into my sinuses. So I'm probably going to have this forever.
Well, we'll see.
It's a certain plague.
We'll see if maybe nature will heal us if we get out hiking enough and whatever. We'll see. Anyway, so Dune Part 2, very long, and the thing is they only really, they have a lot of great special effects and everything, and they have a great story to work with. But the problem is, besides the fact, too long. I don't care about all these fight scenes and stuff like that. Whatever.
Is truth in advertising.
I know.
Guys,
And they spent a lot on costumes and all that sort of thing and whatever.
this
the
guy looks
problem-
like Michael Jackson. That costume isn't
Yeah.
that good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, the problem is they really only have 4 okay actors.
Uh-oh.
And the best of them is Christopher Walken.
And they've got to cast 1,000.
There's a lot of people crammed into this thing.
And your
And-
opinion of Christopher Walken as an actor, he's a great dancer, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's basically. I like him.
Hey, he's a great dancer.
Yes.
Let me put it this way.
But, he's always Christopher Walken.
Yes.
So,
And that, like Ben Affleck,
Whatever.
ain't that good.
yeah, I look forward to the next remaking of Dune. Because this is it doesn't cut it. It's really a disappointment every time. And I'm going to keep watching it because I like the whole Dune story, but...
This might be a good time
What?
to interpose. That doesn't cut it, this does.
Oh, you
Good.
like it. Good.
Awesome.
So worth the effort of
yeah.
trying to get it. And that's the thing. If you're having trouble with the sweeter things in your waffle iron, put it in and just kind of lift it a little bit. If it doesn't go right away, don't try to force it open or you're going to pull your waffle apart. So you can unplug your waffle iron and just let it steam itself a little bit, and then it'll open. So, make sure it's cooked all the way, right? You don't want to think, okay, well, should I unplug it even though I just stuck the batter in there? Well, no, because it's just going to rip apart because it's just batter. You know what I mean. Try that. So, Freelance. Now, this has, what's his name in it? Christian Slater, who I have to admit, Flutter. I loved Christian Slater when I was young. So I guess a lot of girls my age did, right? So anyway, and he still looks really, really handsome.
Does he?
Yes, he does. And so it has Christian Slater in it, and it has this, I don't know where he's from, the Spanish, I guess he would be Juan Pablo Raba.
Pablo Raba, right?
Yeah. I don't know where he's from, but he has a beautiful voice. So very charming. And then you have a couple beautiful women. He's married to a beautiful woman, and he's in this story.
When you say he, that's not Christian. So
no.
That's John Cena.
Yes.
Is he a mixed martial arts?
I don't know, but I have to admit, I love seeing him with his shirt off.
Okay.
I do. So,
not much.
And then you have he's rescuing. He's hired to be a bodyguard, sort of thing, for this reporter woman in here, and she's lovely too. So this movie is very nice to look at.
Maybe he was a pro wrestler.
I don't know, and there's a lot of action, a lot of adventure. The problem is the story. I really don't buy the story at all. So this man who John Cena, or I suppose that's how you say the name, yeah?
I've heard John Cena, maybe,
but
okay. I could be imagining.
I don't know, but anyway, the actor that, or the character that actor is playing, he's a lawyer, but he doesn't like being a lawyer. He never really wanted, he thought it'd be a good thing to do, and then he realized, this is soul-sucking work, and I never want to do this. And he was in the military, and he liked doing that. It was kind of like he had a family, all of the people that he was with, and he really enjoyed that.
Is that a line from Beck, soul-sucking work, soul-sucking jerk, or something like that?
Yeah.
There we go.
So,
that's good. I like the way you did that.
So anyway, then his team gets killed. He survives. He was parachuting out or whatever, and his helicopter, his whole team gets taken out, except for him. And there's anyway, doesn't matter. So this president of he's a total dictator of some South American country, this is supposed to be, he's blamed for having taken this helicopter down. But anyway, we find out differently during the story, and you kind of get all warm and cuddly about this dictator guy, which is creepy. But he's
still a total dictator.
Total dictator. Yeah. So
I don't know if you intended that pun, but it's a good one.
Yeah. So anyway, it's kind of creepy story that way. You're feeling like, oh yeah, well he's a good guy, whatever. And the real bad guys are the white South African people that are somehow have something to do with attacking this El Presidente and the Americans, and the South Africans, they're such bad guys. And it's like, okay, why would the South Africans even be in there? And this makes no sense, except for the fact that, you want to look for somebody that you can target as a bad guy, and the white South Africans, yeah, that'll work right now.
Well, white Americans works too, with a whole demographic.
Frankly, it was a turnoff. The movie would have been a lot better without that. That was just total nonsense. Black Christmas. I really don't know why it's called Black Christmas. Maybe because the bad guys were wearing black robes, and this is set over Christmas holidays, and they wanted to kind of play on the name from White Christmas to Black Christmas. I don't know. But it was kind of stupid. That's why it's on the bottom of the stack. I liked their little song that they did. They got dressed up and did a little Christmas song that's kind of cute. But yeah, I did not get into this horror movie at all. So there it is. So, the poetry of Michelangelo. So this was translated by James M. Saslow. And I should have brought the other, because the Petrarch, or Petrarch, I don't know how you say it, book that I have. It looks a lot thinner. This one looks pretty thick, and I've stuck a bookmark in to where something I want to read. But honestly, how they've done this, there can be very little. Look, very little on the page. That what they've done, I don't know if you can see it from there, but you can probably see a lot of white space down here. So they have the Italian up here, which I do like to see, honestly, because I like to, as
well, you can see the form.
you can see the form. You can see, I don't know about the accents and stuff like that in Italian, so I can't really say all the time what the rhythm or whatever would be, but I can say, oh, well, there's the rhyme scheme. And I can see, oh, this is 14 lines, this is a sonnet. And then I look at it and I go, oh, yeah, this is, whatever, tertiary. So.
Lots of room for notes, though, right?
Yeah. So, and it just so happened I opened to this. This is one of the epitaphs page. This Sacchino Bracci, I don't know who he was, but he has, Michelangelo wrote so many epitaphs for him. So a lot of this book is just filled up with that. There's a few pictures, whatever, that's great. And I would have liked to see more things like maybe a sculpture, a picture of David on the cover or something, so that you can know, oh yeah, that's the same dude, right? Because I didn't know for a long time that Michelangelo wrote poetry. So that's kind of cool to find out. But I mean, there is a whole lot of blah blah at the back, at the front of this book.
Well.
So you get the idea anyway. After a while, if you read the beginning stuff, you go, oh yeah, this is so and so, whatever. So, and there's a lot of pages of this, but honestly, I did not enjoy reading these pages like I enjoyed reading the stuff about Petrarch. I loved that. So honestly, I think that it's that David Young who wrote the translation and the introduction and stuff for the Petrarch thing. I think he did a better job. I think he's actually a better writer than James M. Saslow. But I don't know, right? I didn't like the introduction and stuff in this, even though there's a lot more. He's put a lot of work into it, but I liked it in the other. And honestly, I didn't like the translations of I will read one so that you can tell. I am not going to try to read the Italian because I can't, but I can tell you that it is terzarino. So there's like the ends of the words. I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't know if it's
May.
Okay, good. So it's just one. So that's what I put. I put an A. So, and then aspiro, I bet, right? And miro. So that'd be BC, BC. And then coste. And that would be A. And then le, A. And adiro, sospiro. And that would be BC, BC, BC. And then back to chiedere.
It's a chiedere.
Okay. And that's back to A. See, I shouldn't have even tried, right? So then you get quella, which is DE, sal, which I don't know if that's sale.
It's sale.
Oh dear. Okay, so then that would be FG, probably. No? Yeah. Sale would be FG. And then core would be HI. And then Bella is back to DE. Immortale. So there's, anyway, you get the idea.
That's a classical thing for Italian sonnet. It's the last 6 lines are ABC.
Oh yes, I said terzarima. So really, it's Petrarchan. Sorry.
It looks like an Italian sonnet.
It's a Petrarchan sonnet. And I wrote that down here, Petrarchan sonnet, but I just accidentally said terzarima. I'm so sorry. So anyway, that's one thing that is good about having the Italian up there, because you can look at that if you are a writer of poetry. And if you were a reader of poetry, there's really no point in reading this translation if you don't understand that what you are reading, you're reading the translation, but what you're reading is actually not the poetry. So the poetry is up here with the rhyme scheme and the pattern and all that sort of thing. So that's good to know. So you can follow it and go, oh wow, there's a lot of feminine rhymes in here. The only masculine rhymes he had were on the A, the first line, and then that's the fourth, and then fifth, and then eighth. So that's the A rhyme. That's the only masculine rhymes. The rest of them were all feminine rhymes. So I wasn't sure of that because I didn't know how to pronounce them, but James showed me, and so yeah, the rest are all feminine. So there you go. So anyway, I will read the translation for this one. This is number 42 that I'm reading in this book, and it's on page 122. Kindly tell me, love, whether my eyes really see the beauty that I long for, or if it's just in me when, looking around, I see that woman's face carved everywhere. You must know, since you come along with her, to rob me of all peace, which makes me angry. Yet I wouldn't want to lose even the smallest sigh, nor would I ask for a less burning fire. The beauty that you see does come from her, but it grows when it rises to a better place. If through the mortal eyes it reaches the heart, there it is made divine and pure and beautiful, since what's immortal wants things to be like itself. It's this, not that, that first leaps to your eyes. So I actually liked this one all right, but I really didn't care for Michelangelo's poetry, or should I say the translations, because I don't know really, right? It could just be these translations. I could read somebody else doing a translation of Michelangelo's work and go, oh, that's nicer, or whatever, right? So, but one thing that I'll point out is that one thing that I can see is Michelangelo was a better stylist than his translator James M. Saslow was. And I can tell you that because at least he got his rhyme scheme right and everything like that, and I can tell he's done the work here. I can't tell about, like I said, about the rhythm and all that sort of thing, because I don't know how to pronounce these words and all that, and I don't actually know what's written. I just have to go by the translation and go, oh, well, I kind of like that idea or whatever. But James M. Saslow has not worried about rhyme. He has not worried about rhythm. It's just a prose translation here. Yet, if you look at, I'm just going to try to say this line here, because they are divided in the appropriate number of lines so that you can refer back to it. So here I am on line 12 of this 14 line sonnet. Quivi si fa divina, onesta e bella.
Onesta, yeah.
Yeah. So if you know Italian at all, then you know what I've just said. And if you don't, you will recognize when I read James M. Saslow's translation that they aren't the same. There it is made divine and pure and beautiful. So why are there two ands there? I can see up top there is not. There's not two ands up there in Michelangelo's written thing. And yet, James M. Saslow, he hasn't had to worry about rhythm or rhyme or anything, and yet he stuck two ands in there. Why? So I'm reading this, it's not really well translated. It's tough, right? There it is made divine and pure and beautiful. There it is made divine, pure, and beautiful. Why not?
No, I think this is a false friend. That's related to our word honest, right?
Okay.
See the onesta? Now he has pure there, and that might be closer to the meaning of honest in onesta in Italian. It could be a false friend.
Well, and I don't know. I can't know that. I don't know Italian, I've already said. So, but I do notice there's more ands here than there are up here.
Yeah. exactly.
And there shouldn't be. There's no reason for it. It's clumsy. So
now there might be a rhythm here. In the English, it could be accentual rhythm.
Oh.
Kindly tell me, love, whether my eyes really see the beauty that I long for, or if it's just in me when looking around. I see that woman's
James
face
sees the
carved
accentual
everywhere.
stuff way better than I do.
You must know, since you came along with her, to rob me of all peace, which makes me angry. Yet I wouldn't want to lose
Lucky
even the
thing I was doing
smallest
this with
sigh. He kind of loses it a little bit here.
Okay.
Nor would I ask for less burning fire. That one's just that. So it looks like
Well, you can
5 accentual.
Okay. So there you go.
Very
See,
loose though.
I don't catch the accentual stuff like you do.
Yeah.
One day maybe I will.
I'm saying the accentual is loose, but actually he's a lot better than most people who've been writing accentual in English for like a century.
Well, even with accentual, would he have had to put the extra and in?
Well, you've got it marked.
I
here.
do. It's on that page.
So what would happen is I think he'd have 2 accents together. And he's trying to make it smoother, so it's that is made. There it is made divine and pure and beautiful. Oh, should have left it out. It actually ends up with 6 accents. There it is made divine, pure, and beautiful. Divine, pure, and beautiful. Yeah, he should have left it for accentual
Even for
reasons
accentual.
too.
Okay. So, anyway, you can take this with you now and go over it if you like, or
if I don't like, I think I'll like it, but there's some stuff. Incident. You gave me that Taylor Swift stuff. I'm not a Swiftie, folks.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell that stuff was still in the car this morning. So I wasn't really enthused about listening to Taylor Swift album.
All right, so you have 1.5 minutes to
1.5 minutes. So I'll talk about Taylor Swift. A preview.
Sure. Yeah.
No, don't expect a positive review of that Taylor Swift album that Pauline gave me, because she gave me a one previously a few days ago. I haven't even gone through it once.
why I brought him the Taylor Swift stuff. So this is actually a long story. We don't have time for it, but I borrowed it from the library because there was some sort of a
poetry shindig.
Yeah, and
for Swifties.
I didn't want to go, and
so you recommend
I recommended James go to try to promote our Poetry in the Park thing, because we're trying to teach people how to write poetry for free. So anyway, so I try to convince him to go, and he shows up, and it's supposed to be for adults.
Yeah,
but
they actually specified.
They did specify, but
and it's about Taylor Swift's poetry.
Yeah, but they didn't seem to want James there.
I didn't want to be there when I saw. Well,
yeah,
I didn't want to be there because I knew it wasn't about poetry. Well,
yeah, although the woman leading the thing said that Taylor Swift was as good a poet as Joni Mitchell.
Maybe even better, but yeah, okay, yeah, she was wrong.
All right, well, that's it.
It's hilarious. I mean, wow.